Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Duels. So as you guys know, on today, the 2nd of Sunday, we are taking off Geargia Karakuri as a deck on Daily Duels lineup, and we are putting on a new deck, which you guys will see go up at 1 o'clock. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do the farewell deck profile for my Geargia Karakuri deck. So we're going to hop right into it. Of course, we're going to play 3 Geargia Armor. He's pretty much the leader of the deck, the main thing of the deck. Like, if you don't open up with a Geargia Armor or an Arsenal to get the Geargia Armor, you might be in trouble because Geargia Armor is the search. Probably one of the most powerful searchers in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Just, no, it might be slow with the whole flip up, flip back down, but the thing is, he can flip back down. So, even when your opponent attacks him, he flips up, you get the search. Even if your opponent kills him, you still get the search. But the thing is, if your opponent doesn't kill him, then he does flip up, you get the search. There's been plenty of times where, you just flip up, search, put him back down, summon a strategist, flip it back up, search again, because the effect is not once per turn. So, as long as you can keep flipping them up and down, you can keep searching with Geargia Armor and keep on plussing. So, definitely Geargia Armor. He may be a little bit slow, but, he's definitely the key card that you need. That's the thing with Geargia Karakuri is that they really don't have any jumping off plays. You really don't have to be afraid of them, OTKing you first turn, because that's generally not what they do. They'll either set a armor and set some back row, or play an arsenal attributed, get an armor, set some back row, but there's generally not a time where they'll just be like, oh, summon, and then just kill you first turn, or in this case, second turn. So, yeah. You have to run 3 Accelerator. Accelerator is so stupid. Like, Accelerator pretty much makes the damn deck is that you can just go, oh, I have a Geargia monster, summon it. Oh, I have another Geargia monster, summon it. Oh, I have another Geargia monster, I'll summon it. That Geargia Accelerator is not like, oh, you can only summon 1 Geargia Accelerator a turn, you can only have 1 Geargia Accelerator on the field. No, as long as you got a Geargia monster, summon all 3 of them if you have all 3 of them in your hand. And also recycle itself, because when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Geargia monster in your graveyard, except for Accelerate, and add that target to your hand. So pretty much he is just recycling cards, and definitely he is just he makes the deck. He pretty much the card that leads you into all your synchronic C plays really quickly. Like, when you flip up that armor, you're going to be searching for this accelerator. So definitely, accelerator is one of the key plays. Do I see it getting hit on this upcoming list? I don't, because I definitely see Konami wanting to promote that Geargia deck in the upcoming future, and hitting accelerator would definitely just cripple that deck. So, despite how good accelerator is, I seriously doubt seeing him getting hit. Alright, next I run 3 Arsenal. Arsenal, he's a 17 beater, because, he gains 200 attack from himself. And the thing is, you can tribute him to special summon a Geargia monster from your deck. So, you pretty much just summon him, tribute him, and summon the armor. So it's like you have 6 armors, No, I'm not playing Angler or whatever, which I believe is coming out in Primal Origins. And it's kind of ridiculous how much support and how fast this deck is getting, because they just keep on getting more and more cards. Like, it is ridiculous. Soon that deck's consistency is going to be so high. I mean, that's literally the problem with the deck right now, is that the consistency is not that high. But maybe, with the inclusion of Geargia Armor, I can easily see in this deck go up to tier 1. And it's already probably one of the most powerful decks this format. So, with the inclusion of Geargia Angler, or whatever the hell his name is, let me see it. Geargia, what's his name? Augur. Geargia Augur, which is pretty much like a Rhoda. You just summon it and search for any level 4 machine. Sure, you can't conduct a battle phase, but the point is that you just searched. And he's debreezable. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. And machine dupable, if you want to do that. But yeah, with the inclusion of this, I could definitely see if Geargia Karakuris go untouched this upcoming ban list in April, I definitely see that this deck will be tier 1. Definitely tier 1. Because consistency is their only issue. And with the inclusion of Augur, it's that's fixed. They're already going to be consistent, they're going to be fast, and they're going to be able to OTK you, so yeah, beware. Next I run 3 MK2s. MK2 is pretty decent. You summon him and you can special summon a Geargia monster from your hand or graveyard, so it's kind of like a little monster reborn for armor. It's pretty decent. Also, he's the one that you summon with Geargia gear, which I find kind of cloggy at times, but I definitely see that card getting hit off a set precedence of Abyssphere, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm not sure if by the time this video is up, I have my ban list prediction up or not, but if it's not, then go ahead and look forward to it. If it is, I'll go ahead and put the link in the description, but you'll probably find it on my channel anyway, but I will definitely put the link in the description. But MK2 is pretty decent. You need him for gear, and he helps you summon back like Arsenal or Armor or something, so pretty decent. Next I run the Karakuri cards. I run 2 Strategists and 1 Watchdog, but I'm thinking that maybe 2 and 2 might be better because in my duels I was constantly drawing these guys, and you don't want to draw them, you want to summon them from the deck, and I was definitely missing out on, plays. My plays were just being halted by the fact that I keep drawing these instead of summoning them from the deck with Bury and Burrito, so I'm thinking about putting this guy up to 2, so yeah, but you guys already know what this guy does. When he's summoned, you select a monster on the field and change its battle position, so you can even like put down armor and then reflip them up with strategist and search again, or you can have a burrito on the field and then summon a strategist, change the position, draw a card, so it's decent. And of course we got that Gen X Alley Birdman, who has definitely earned his spot being limited to 1. Just being able to just return a card and summon it, not just even Harpies in this deck, definitely 2. Being a machine instead of, just the bounce back, because you can go special summon Geargia Accelerator, return back the hand of Berman, special summon the same Geargia Accelerator, and sink right into a 7. So, Birdman at 1 definitely, because if he was at 3, oh my god, I couldn't even think what Geargia Karakuri would be doing to us. Alright, that's the monster lineup. Alright, we run, of course, Book of Moon, probably the best spell. Some people don't like playing Book of Moon, and I'm just shaking my head because Book of Moon's so good, Book of Moon, there's never a situation where Book of Moon's not good, drawing that Book of Moon is always good. Whether you're winning or losing, it doesn't matter. Book of Moon puts in that work, so definitely Book of Moon, so good. Even where the Kree is on the field, Book of Moon is still good. Of course, we run that limiter removal. The card is dumb, but hey, you double the attack of all your machine-type monsters until the end phase, and then, of course, they're destroyed at the end phase. But you know what? That doesn't matter, because generally you're going for an OTK anyway, and of course, if you attack, the attack goes through, your opponent says it's good, and then you activate this during the damage step, because it does affect attack. Therefore, it's just really easy to OTK your opponent with this card. But, whatever. If Konami wants to keep it from being unbanned, I'm not going to play it, nor do I see this card getting banned either. I'm probably just going to keep it at 1, just like Honest. Alright, and of course we run that 1 Dark Hole because, this deck is kind of slow, it doesn't go off all the time, and, if my opponent starts building up more monsters than me, then of course I'll Dark Hole, and then I'll try to push and go for the OTK, so, slowly, Dark Hole, put in that work. Of course we run the 3 MSTs and the 3 Lances. This deck cannot handle getting hit with back row. This deck goes really in with its plays, uses a lot of resources, so if this deck gets hit with back row, then it pretty much just crumbles. So it needs to make sure that it protects all its plays, needs to protect all its monsters, and make sure that its plays go through. So definitely, the 3 MSTs and the 3 Lances are definitely a must. Now, this is my own choice. I'm running 3 Iron Calls. I like Iron Call just because, when you synchro, you pretty much don't have any more targets in the deck and all of them in the graveyard. Iron Call can be that one push that can give you some more plays. It's pretty much like Monster Reborn. As long as you control another machine, you target one level 4 lower machine in your graveyard and special summon that target. Of course, the effect is negated, it's destroyed during the end phase, but you're planning on synchro summoning with it anyway. So pretty much, it will allow you to extend some more. So you just go, oh, you think I'm done with my OTK? Oh, you think I'm done? No, Iron Call, summon something back from a graveyard and keep going. So definitely, I was trying to do that too, but I found like this card was so good that 3 was just put in so much more work. Alright, and that is the end of the spells, and now we run the traps, which is probably one of the reasons why Geargia Karakuri is as good as it is, because it's kind of like an OTK deck that also has room to run some back row, and if you're, it's kind of like you have a weight on your shoulders. They're gonna hit you with back row, and you're gonna run out of resources. They're gonna OTK you, or you can put in Rotokuri. You can Rotokuri them, but now your traps are useless, and then they have a chance to OTK you without having to worry about trap cards being activated, and that's why Book of Moon is good. Especially Rotokuri. Book of Moon's always still gonna be there though. Alright, so let me go down the traps. Alright, we got our trio, as people call it: Solemn Warning, Compulse, and Bottomless. Of course, people don't consider this part of the trio because I don't know why. The Torrento's probably one of the best ones. Depending on what you compulse, it could be a -1, but Torrento, at the right times, you can easily +3, +4. So Torrento is really good still. Like I said, it's just like Dark Hole. I'm slow at times, so when my opponent is going and overextending and kicking a lot of butt, I can go ahead and just flip it up the torrential and get him with it. 2 Mirror Forces, punish the overextenders, even though I am an overextender, which is kind of ironic. But like I said, slow, so when I'm down in the dumps and my opponent is pushing me against the wall, I can go ahead and just go Mirror Force and turn the game around. 2 Chains, Phoenix Chain is great this format, probably one of the best trap cards. When your opponent just activates that effect, chain it up, or when you're about to get attacked, just chain it up. It's just so good. As long as you don't chain up a monster that's going to tribute itself, you'll be perfectly fine with Phoenix Chain. Run 2 Gear. I definitely feel like this card will go down to 2. And you go ahead and activate Gear and summon 2 Gear monsters from your deck, and then they increase your level by 1. You pretty much activate it during your opponent's end phase, and then you XC, or you can start synchro, but mostly they XC right into a Gear Giant X and start searching again. But yeah, I can definitely see this card going down to 2. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, if they want to put it down to 1, then go ahead, Konami. But I was going to go ahead and set precedence with Bisphere. I put a Bisphere to 2 as well. Spoiler alert, if I didn't put up the ban list video yet. But I wanted a Bisphere to go to 2 definitely. This one was kind of like, in the same boat, and I didn't want people to be like, oh, well, why'd you put a Bisphere down to 1, but Gear are still at 2, or why'd you put a Gear to get a 1, Bisphere are still at 2, So I decided to just put them both at 2, and go ahead and see what they do this upcoming format, in my banlist prediction. And of course we run the 2 7 Tools of the Bandit, that new card that's been just putting in work as of this format, and a little bit last format. People just going crazy with this card, definitely better than Dark Bribe. I do not approve of Dark Bribe. Never let your opponent draw. Do not just neg yourself for no reason. If you're gonna play a card, at least take a card with you with your opponent, but don't let them just replace that card that they just lost with another card. Despite that, Dark Bribe can negate spells. It's not worth it. 7 tools, you need to negate a trap, go ahead and go with 7 tools, or trap stun, but of course this card can negate its spell speed 3, and therefore it's the end of the chain. So when you're going for your OTK and you attack and your opponent goes Mirror Force, you go 7 tools, that's it. It's not like they can go, oh, let me respond with like another Mirror Force or something, because that's it. Unless they got some kind of spell speed 3 Mirror Force, they can't respond to it. They can't chain another Mirror Force, so they're going to be taking that damage. Alright, so that's the end of the main deck. Let me go through the extra deck. I run 1 Zen mains, 2 Gear Giant X's. I do not have 101 or Excited Knight in here because I made this deck before they came out, and of course you guys know I don't run any OCG cards, but of course I never updated the extra deck, so that needs to be updated. So I'll probably take out the Maestro for a 101. I run that Cowboy, because Cowboy be putting in work. If you run 4s, run Cowboy. That's my rule. Run Big Eye, 1 Sack, 1 Black Rose. I'm thinking about cutting down the Burrito down to 1, either for a second Draco Sack, which I'm not sure because the deck doesn't exceed that much, or Exciton Knight, because the deck can make Exciton Knight, so I'd probably take it out for Exciton Knight. Run the 1 Stardust to block them Mirror Forces when you're going for the OTK. The Crimson Blader to be a hypocrite and hit your opponent so they can't summon any 5s or higher. the one Scrap Dragon, because Scrap Dragon puts in work, destroys any problem cards that you can't get over with your attack. And of course the two burritos, which I think that burrito should go down to one. It definitely slow down the deck. Burrito at two, you just spin them with some and multiple. It's much easier to go for burrito than to go for beret than for burrito. And his effect to change to battle position is what triggers burrito and allows that extra draw. Additional flips with armor. So definitely, I think that it'll be beret, the one to get hit. Alright guys, so that is the deck profile for the Geargia Karakuri deck. Go ahead and say goodbye to it in about half an hour from the time this video goes up. You will see the winners of the Daily Duels new lineup. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys at 1 o'clock.